Good morning, traders, and this is your JSE, your South African Top 40 or Aussie day trades setups for today. Now, I just want to highlight something. First thing, you'll notice that the crappy data is gone, so GC24 has managed to fix some of it, although there is a bit of nonsense data in today's setup. What I want to do is, we had pretty much a range here, and that range broke up and the range target has been hit. Okay, so for me the trend is still down, even though that we've had this big engulfing bar here and we've had this confirmation. For me to be convinced that the daily trend has changed, I'd have to see some kind of a little bit of a pullback, create a new high, sort of a higher high for me, and then we start moving. So from a daily perspective, this trend is still down, and I am anticipating another move to the downside. The only question is off what level. Okay, so the nearest level that I do have is this level here, which is 5243, and my only other level that I can think of, and it's more than likely not going to line up with anything except maybe this tail here, but it's the 50,000 level. Okay, so 50,000 I think, and then you can see there's a inside tail there as well. 50,000 is probably a level that the bulls are aiming for right now. Now bear in mind that the JSE is going against the trend of the international markets at the moment, and it does do that. It's done it many times in the past, and sometimes it's done it for months before reversing. But when it does turn and follow the trend of the international markets, it follows aggressively. Okay, so a good example is a couple of years ago, in 2016, when the US markets were rallying, and the JSE was not conforming, was actually falling. Then we got to a point where all of a sudden it just decided to play catch up, and it played catch up at a rapid rate of knots. Okay, so let's just get down to the levels that we can trade. You can see, if you look at the 3 hour, we do have this rounding pattern. We've got a crossover the moving averages, but we do have deviation of the moving averages, and we've also got a grouping starting to happen of the oscillators. So this is warning me that I need to be looking for a level to get in. Where is that level? Okay, so the first level is obviously the 50,000. We almost got there, not quite. And obviously the next level is around 52.43. There's a gap up there as well, so probably what is that gap? Let's just put it in 53.24. So those are my three levels that I can see right now that would interest me. This green bar here is nonsense data, okay, so just ignore that green bar. This is a fairly strong rally. If we get to the half hour and I put that trend in, there's my trend line, and we put the other trend line in, you'll see I have a bit of a wedge here. Okay, the other thing that I can do is just extend this down to that, and you'll see that we had a break of this trend and we've now tested that break. Okay, so I'm pretty much in short mode at the moment. I think we've had our pullback. That's a pullback that we're looking for, and I'm now looking at shorts. So I'd prefer to see a level. So in other words, I'd love to see us continue this move up into one of these three levels. Okay, 50,000, 52,240 or 50,320. Those are the levels I'm looking for. Okay, we may not get there. So what may happen is we may break through this area of 49,500. If we break below that, then obviously that's going to give me the confirmation that I need to be looking for the shorts. Okay, now what I would be doing today, specifically on this, is I'm really just going to wait for the sort of 9:15 time frame, and that will give me the indication of what's actually going to transpire. So the US markets, or most of the markets at the moment, are all down. All the futures markets are down, some up to 1%. Oil's down. The only thing that's really up is 10 cent, although it is falling. At one stage this morning it was up 1.5%. It's now down to 0.8%. So I have a feeling that's going to come back. And the other one is the rand, which is significantly weaker at the moment at 14.82. So that's a bit of a, I'll put it, a bit of an Achilles heel, because that bodes well for a long. So weak rand bodes well for a long. So we may still rally a bit into these levels today, but that's definitely, once we get into these levels, I'm looking for a short. Look at this 12 minutes oscillators here. Everything indicating for me that I should be looking for a level. And those are my levels I'm looking for, and I'm looking for a short off those levels. Okay. So at any one of these levels, small position, pretty tight stop, keep my risk low. If it starts getting going, first pullback gives me the opportunity to add to that position. Okay. So that's kind of my view for the Aussie today. I don't really see this trend continuing. I don't have diversions on the hour here, but there's a lot going on. Yeah, there's a hell of a lot going on at the moment. Got a wedge, got a trend break. And if I look at the hour and I just adjust that trend to there, that's still sort of a wedge break. I can bring this all the way down to here actually, and you see what I mean. So that's quite a big consolidation triangle that we've rallied in. So I'd really am looking for it to tag a level and then short it is. Okay, there we go. That's my view at the moment. And obviously, you do have the closing range strategy to use as guidance for stops. And that is pretty much there. It's a fairly small range. 150 points, but that should give you the indication of, so stop above here. If you break below the range to the downside, then you've got to stop above. Let's just go to the 5 minutes and see it better. Okay, so there's my range there. There's my high, there's my low. So if we break below 49.812, then we're looking for a stop above. Let's just get that. It doesn't want to work. Then you're looking for a stop above 49.943. But be careful. I mean, especially if it does break the upside. Things are looking a little tired. We've got a few levels up here. The range target is 50,078, and the half range target is 50,030. So my view would be it would come up, maybe tag this range target, but that's just going to give me an area to get short. Okay. So that's kind of my view at the moment. Cautious to the upside, looking for these levels, which I'll be short with a smallish position. If we do break below this 49.812 area, which is the closing range breakout, I'll definitely look for a short, take profit at the range target, wait for the bounce, get back in for the short, and see where we finished by the close of today. Okay, anyway guys, that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.